ladies and gentlemen, once again, please, I want us to give a round of applause to the parents of Sultan. Please. While I was still in the University of Ilorin, I happened to stay in the surrounding of where Sultan's parents are, and sometimes we call it Igbenyi Ilorin. The Igbenyi Ilorin, Sultan's parents was supportive to me then while I was growing up as an undergraduate. Not even knowing that in future, Sultan would be like a partner and a friend to me. So thank you, Daddy, and thank you, Mommy, for the privilege. I also want to appreciate the Kwara State government because, of course, I was well aware of when this project started. And I want to say something. There's something about consistency. 4 years. If you can continue to do something, the Yoruba will always say, there's something. There's a reason why you are consistently doing what you are doing. So this young man and his team consistently worked on this project for 4 good years. Like 365 days and 4. You know the numbers. So if it's not something that is really down to their heart, like even as an individual, if you learn a job and within 1 year you're not really getting results, you might want to switch. There was a particular time I asked Sultan that all these places that you're in, because of course I see pictures. Are you not scared? Like there was a particular tree in Babaloma. What's the name? There was a particular tree in Babaloma. Yes, Igiapauja. Because my wife is from Babaloma. So the history I had about that tree made me got scared the day he told me that he went to that place. Because like the Yoruba will always say, they will back you know that you can't go to that kind of places. And not only that place as well, they went to several places just to make sure that this book become a reality. So please let's give a round of applause to Sultan and his team as well. You see, if this book is being sold for ₦1 million, as far as I'm concerned, sincerely it is what is it without being economical with the truth. And I will give you justifications. For example, we complain of unemployment in Nigeria as a young person who want to get something. If you get access to this book, which sector is everybody saying want to switch to now? From oil, want to go into agri, right? Do you know Kwara is blessed abundantly to the extent that sincerely Kwara can feed the nation. If we tap the resources and the potential. Last year, of course, I like trying new businesses. I just started going into exports, and I attended an export summit by Fidelity Bank in the UK last December. And part of the product that they need a whole lot in the UK are issues around soya beans, shea butter, like in large quantity. Just the only challenge that we have here in Nigeria is, if they give us specification that, your soya beans should be this type of variety, this type of kilogram, we like to, some of us like to cut corners, and that's why, in exports, you see them, they say there's no light at the end of the day. The reason why is, if they give you specification to say, give us supply of soya beans of maybe 1.2 kg, this specification, people will say, actually more, let's do this and try it again. So that's why sometimes when people go into export, they don't see the results. That shea butter, I know a person who is doing shea butter business in Kwara. Is my mentor. I can tell you he has made millions of naira. How many of us are using Jimpo Rige? Amujo Tiritope. He started from getting UN grants. From getting UN grants, I think he has a farm in Kayamana, where he's tapping into some of these resources. Not only the fact that Visit Kwara has made it possible. It's amazing if I tell you I'm not from Kwara State. But sincerely, this is my Kwara story. Because there is a lot of potential. Why do I have most of my businesses here? It's because, of course, as a businessman, I will look into the fact that can I make profit here? Do I have an enabling environment? Is there security? Do I have competent people? So it's not all about the buy doctrine. Aside business as well, my recommendations to every one of us who are here. Valentine is coming. And we are always asking, give me the Valentine gifts. So one of the ways through which you can encourage Sultan and his team of experts. How much is this? 30,000 naira. I know how challenging Nigeria could be for now. We have every reason to say, the change of currency, the issues around oil and fuel that we're not getting. But believe you me, $30,000 if you are doing a bookie exchange rate is less than $50 US. And I know most of you guys, I'm saying the suits that people wear, the shoes that people wear, is even worth $100 US. So sometimes we've got to sow seed. I'm going by Peter somehow, because I know that he that is in me is greater than he that is in the world. Let's say hallelujah. And I know that inshallah, that's like as if we are going to have that money to do it. And for those of us who do Ifa, Aboru Boy, and Aboru share. But that's what we are doing here. What we are doing is to say, in Nigeria, they always say when you want to hide something from us, put it in a book that we're not going to read. But the team of Visit Kwara has made it easier for us by, using pictorial support for some of this content, and as well giving us short content. To the glory of God, of course, I don't have money, I'm not rich, so that you can help me when I leave here. I've had to do tourism in Dubai, in Maldives, in Tanzania in recent time. Sincerely, when you watch some of these things, I want to become Kwara, you will just be dazed to say, okay, so in that $150 will serious. It's not more than what these guys have shown to us. It's just all about appreciating what we have as a person. Because Africa, we don't really value what we want. And I want to be sincere this evening. Sincerely, there are a whole lot of things I watch here that I never knew existed in Kwara. Sincerely, it has really opened my mind. And this is also a business idea for Visit Kwara. Can we do it in such a, every one of us, we love sports. Then there was something that they did in Rwanda. Rwanda did something with Arsenal chess. They just put it like a badge here, Visit Rwanda. And a whole lot of people get to visit Rwanda. What's happening in Rwanda? What's happening in Rwanda? Nothing special. It's just the fact that the Rwanda government was deliberate about the fact that they want to generate more income for their country, and of course they want to use tourism as a potential to generate income. And I know that our daddy will also help us to tell the government. You see, thanks to the federal government has made it possible to say we want to go back to history. A lot of us, we don't know history, let's be realistic. Most of the things I'm getting to know here, I don't know them before. That's why the fact I've stayed in Kwara for more than 10 years. Can we have books like this distributed to libraries across, Kwara State, secondary school, even tertiary institutions as well? It could be complementary copies. For example, as well, maybe an individual just wants to say, in appreciation of Visit Kwara work for the last 4 years now, I'm talking about, I want to buy like 50 copies of this book and I want to distribute it to public libraries. People don't read books, but what? Even a baby who is 5 years old will be interested in reading this book. Because, when you want to develop a book for a baby, you've got to use pictures that will look attractive to them. When they see something that is fine, it's beautiful, they want to read it. So this book is for Tomode Tagma. So, not only that as well, how many of us have heard about UNESCO before? UNESCO talks about issues around tourism, and they have potential. And please don't mind me, daddy and mommy. We will be sending you to the governor because we know the governor is a youth friendly. It will also be very, very awesome if the governor can support the Visit Kwara team, visit the UNESCO office in Abuja, talk to them about the potential tourism that Kwara is having, and even access grants. There are a whole lot of grants that the government can access to build the tourism sector, but it needs to start from somewhere. And what people say is, don't mind my Yoruba. And it's about what like Sultan and his team, Tibawa, Snowko, Ibito Lake. So part start from Arara dancing. When they have done this work, it's a little bit seamless. But they will not be encouraged if we are only just banking on what they have done and we do not support them by buying a copy of this book. Like I said when I was talking, I know 30,000 naira is huge, but it's not still huge. Most of us who have girlfriends and boyfriends there, you can spend more than 30,000 naira for Valentine gifts. But I'm telling you, the Valentine gifts that your boyfriend or your girlfriend or your wife or your husband will continue to linger on in their memory is to buy this Visit Kwara book. If you are not buying any book this year, because this book, one, is serving as a potential to encourage a young person like you. Two, again, is exploring the activities of, placing Kwara State, Kwara. Because technically, I'm married in Kwara, I'm also a Kwara. Or you guys don't give me state of origin. Kwara will be projected to the world globally. And of course, I don't know, maybe any one of us know that Bayo Maborio did something like this for some places in Nigeria. Like, okay, I think the anchors said something the other time. So let me beg us again and prostrate. I know we are not active on Twitter. Can we go to Twitter right away now and talk about this Visit Kwara project, please? Imagine the number of people who are your followers. Even if you don't have that 30,000 naira now, our customer for Visit Kwara, they might be one of your followers, please. Can you pick up your phone, take to your Twitter and talk about this event and use the hashtag, please. Please. I'm begging you, if that's just the only thing you're going to do for us. I know you may not have that 30K here now, but of course, there are a lot of billionaires and millionaires on your Twitter handle. Help us to talk about Visit Kwara. Another importance of this book, and what this book has really exposed again, is the in-depth of tourism. I sincerely appreciate our mom who gave that in-depth analysis about the economy and how, tourism can be, like basically, when you go to Qatar, when you go to countries like Tanzania, Maldives, the only thing they do there is do tourism. That's what people go there for that big ticket that people buy, spend money in the hotel, and do all those stuff. So we can convert that to Kwara as well, and of course as well, when we read this kind of book, maybe I will invite Sultan to come and do visit Oshun, because I'm an Oshuman. So I'm envious of you Kwaras now. So that we, do an analysis of my own dear state as well, so that it will attract potential investors. So that's the next one I want to talk about. If an investor from Kwara now, kudos to every successful actor. Flight to Kwara is on the increase. People are now coming to Kwara on a daily basis. People want to do business at places where they have ease of doing it and having an enabling environment. Imagine if on stepping your foot at the Loni International Airport, you call it international, right? Yes, it's international. Thank you. Even if you are going to Jerusalem and only add here. So I'm not shaking that table, please. So imagine if on landing at the airport, what you are seeing as an outsider is maybe like a banner or like a desk that tells you there's a Visit Kwara companion. And imagine again, when some of us have not been visiting, we are privileged to visit high-ranking people, so we are small boy. When you visit president, governors, they give you souvenirs, they give you gifts. And that's why we still appeal to our daddy lawyer. Imagine if, anybody that visits our dear governor from this moment henceforth, they have a copy of this book as a part of souvenir packaged for them. One way or the other, the Oyinbos coming to Kwara will say, oh, so this thing is in Kwara. So why are we not going to Lagos and Port Harcourt? Why can't we come to Kwara? Since Kwara is having an enabling environment, the security situation is okay, the youth are very enthusiastic, they have the competence, capacity, and character, and they can deliver as well. Then I'm going to round up now because I know, of course, my 10 minutes is almost exhausted. And this is to all the committee that made this possible. I can see my Oga, Mr. Ibrahim, my content boss, and some other member, because together everybody achieves more. I like the fact that we have leveraged on collaboration to get this done, which is something that is not common among the young people. Aside the fact that young people have the competence, capacity, and character, we need to start supporting ourselves. Imagine if we say today, Whiskey or the video is coming, all those things will have been filled up. But of course, don't get discouraged as a young person. And I want to do Bible quotation. Will you help me? Many are choosing, few are called. I tried now. In terms of what the 3 religion, forget it. I'm 3 in 1. Don't mind me. So that's the reason why we are not having enough people. But even with the few people that we are having here today, I know, of course, that we can support to make sure that other younger people who want to do something like this, who particularly might not be Visit Kwara, especially want to work on the book, we continue to work on it by ensuring that, of course, we talk about this book, we share about it on our social media as well, then we save as well. For example, for 30,000 naira, daily contribution of 1,000 naira in 30 days, we buy a book for 30,000 naira. So please, let's commit to getting sure that this is done. And of course, I won't just read that guy is just in Alabu, he's just asking us to buy the book. On behalf of myself and the organization, like we have told Sultan, because Sultan works with me at the Brain Leadership Development Initiative, and on behalf of our executive director, because me and Omoshe, we'll be launching the book with some awesome amount of money. And when I say awesome, I can promise you that's not 30,000 naira. So thank you very much for the opportunity to talk briefly about